Happy Thursday. I know, it's just us, late night. Welcome back after a month of being off. We hope that everyone who's watching this broadcast, because no one's here yet, and is watching this broadcast later, has enjoyed their last month. I know it's been a lot of craziness and madness, and the world's on edge again as
We're
things may.
literally on fire. It
Yeah.
really alarmed me because, like, I'll just mention this right out.
Mhm.
Like, the sky seemed hazy for no reason, and then
Ah!
the sun.
For you guys too?
Yes.
No,
From
it's hazy in
Ontario, Canada. They're coming all the way down.
way down.
Ontario.
No, so this is.
Insane.
I'm imagining this is what happened in California because I remember my grandmother talking about it when it happened, and I don't think it got to my mom, but yeah, it was. I was like, "What is going on?" I walked outside, and I'm all like, "Why is the sun orange? And why does it feel like it's like soot, like all over the place? Like it just felt weird, and it's like hot and muggy on it too. So you're just like type situation."
So crazy. Like how many kilometers or miles, whatever you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is that? Ontario, Canada. We're not even close to the England border.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm just that bad from even knowing how far Canada is. I got to brush up on my Canada history. All I know about Canada is everything that South Park teaches me, which is all lies. So
the bouncing heads.
Bouncing head. We like craft dinner. Scott is a dick.
Or Letterkenny, which is, I think, in my opinion, the best window into Canada. It's so good.
I've been told I need to watch it. I have it saved on my Hulu. I just haven't watched. I don't know. I've been going
some anti-anxiety or like just like you need to just have a good laugh. You need to watch the first episode at least. You need to.
Okay. So the thing is, I'm scared of watching a show like that because Gort hates shows of people who are like stupid, I guess would probably be kind of what it is. Because isn't it like Canadian Hicks or something like that?
Well, here's the thing. I'll try to describe it without giving too much away.
Okay.
It's basically, they open it up of like, this is the town of Letterkenny. There are 5,000 people in Letterkenny, and these are their problems.
Mm-hmm.
So your main characters are the Hicks,
Mm-hmm.
but they're just really just country people, farm hands that work. They have their own land, and you have a variety of people in Letterkenny, not under nice names, which I'm pretty sure I'm not going to say, but but basically drug addicts and religious people and Amish, and you have them all mixing together, and you just see their interactions. Plus, it's a comedy show, so they riff on each other and they come up with these like, oh, I swear it's like genius level comedy. You're just like, you have to like almost double take with some of the things that they say. It's so funny. It's definitely worth a watch. But yeah, there are stupid people in it, but you'll have your main character like completely like kill them with like whatever banter that they come up at that moment. It is absolutely satisfying and worth a watch. It's so good. Just at least give it a try. Tell Gort to give it a try. And if he doesn't like it, it's okay.
Oh no. Okay.
So,
I'm making your settings a little bit louder. Sorry to interrupt from it. So they're saying that you're quiet. I don't know if maybe I'm just loud.
Okay.
If not, you may need to speak a little more into your mic, but try.
Or maybe I'll try. Am I so quiet?
I erased your settings double, so we'll see. If not, then you may have to just speak louder into it.
Okay. Give me a sec. I unplugged. Am I louder now? Oh my god, technical difficulties. Why?
They said maybe the wrong mic in your settings is selected.
Maybe. Am I clearer now though? No?
For me, you sound the same, but I don't know. I could hear you fine, but the others cannot. Sorry for the technical difficulties, everyone.
Oh, that sucks. All right, I'll have to shout. Crap. What is happening? Yeah, welcome back, guys.
Yeah.
This is great. I don't even know where my mic is on my computer. What is happening?
Well, it'd be more like in your settings. Like you can go to your cam mic on the bottom and see if you can change your audio to make sure it's something else. But anywho, while you're figuring that out, I'll do my my catch up while you're doing there. So honestly, it's been a lot of boring stuff for me this past month. I bought a random stuff for like I got the other day I went to find a Grow Goose like squishable plushie type thing, even though I have one. It was a different one that Costco had, so I went during my lunch break and like found it, and I was like, yes, it must get. I'll also share while she's figuring that out. I've been really into patches lately, so I'm going to show some cool patches that I hope you guys will like. I don't know if I showed any of these previously, so I apologize for repeats. But I have this cool Mario patch. I'm excited for that one. And then I have a cool Alice in Wonderland style patch. So pretty. This one's actually probably one of my favorites. It's Ahsoka Tano done as Sailor Moon with her lightsabers. I think that one's probably one of my favorites. It's going to be hard to put on, even though it's like glued on the back. I'm going to have to end up like sewing it a bit just to stick. I have these pair of overalls and I want to put them all on, so that should be fun. I have this one, which is Anakin in his helmet. Spoiler, when he gets hit. I think it's during the Ahsoka fight was it in Rebels? Yeah, Rebels. So I thought that was kind of cool. Let's see what other patches I have. A bunch of Nifflers from Fantastic Beasts. I think that's kind of cute how they're all together. Oh, this is cool Leia one. Even though I'm not a Rebel Alliance type person, I did think that was a good tribute for her. Let me see what's happened. So I'm just talking to myself while she figures it out. Oh, thank you, Charlotte. Yes, I want to purchase a lot of like really random patches, kind of just things to put on there. I don't know. I like to support most of these are all made by small businesses, Laser Brain and Studio Pins and Paper, I think is one of them. The Ahsoka Tano is BB Create. So they do a lot of Star Wars style stuff. I just bought these really cool hex pins, hexagon style pins that are going to be of all the droids. So if you like droids, they have like R2 and Chopper, which I, of course, I got 2 of Chopper because it's my favorite. And then I'm trying to think what other droids did they put on there. I wish I would do AP5. I feel like AP5 does not get enough love when it comes to Star Wars. Amber, you okay? She's still figuring it out. Okay, just make sure. Did I show this one yet? The Mickey Mouse Pride style with the Disney, what was it? Cinderella's castle type thing. I think that one's really cute. If you're into Harry Potter, a threshold, I never say it right. The things that you see when you see someone die and then you can see them afterwards. I think that one's cool. I collect a bunch of pins with that style. This is a funny patch. Fat cat makes me laugh. I don't know why. It's just stupid patches crack me up. I don't know. I guess I'm just entertained by dumb shit. This is so weird. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if this is so awkward for those who are watching. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I have this cool Slimer like patch that I got from like New York Comic Con. Not New York Comic Con. Was it New York Comic Con? No, whatever. What are those cons out here in New York? Slimer. Ghostbusters. I need to collect more Ghostbusters stuff. I don't have enough. It was one of those cartoons I did watch as a kid. Gort loves it. He has like a whole setup. I'm sure you all know about those toys that are like on card. And then he also bought, I think he bought a Funko Pop of the Ghostbusters car so that it fit with little bitty character pops. So they kind of made sense for it. Just still thinking. Okay. I don't have anything else that's super interesting. I started a new hobby. So to go with patches, I'm starting.
Losing my mind.
Oh, there we go. Sweet. But I didn't know what to talk about.
Wait, am I at full now, or am I still like quiet?
We'll see. We'll see.
Am I quiet? Am I quiet, guys? I'm so sorry.
I know you have a bunch you want to talk about.
Oh my god. I'm like still trying to figure out this mic thing, and I'm just like I'm just looking through my settings and it's like, oh, that's fine, but the levels are like super quiet, and I'm like, why?
That's weird. To me, I
Worst
think you're
comes to
fine, but
worst-
I'm not sure if the others do.
Worst comes to worst, I can always just get off my computer and go onto my phone, which will most likely work better.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll if people can hear me, I'll still try to shout if that's not obnoxious. But I'm an obnoxious person. So
Yeah. Go ahead.
so here's what I've been working on the past freaking month. Or what's been happening rather.
Mhm.
So yeah, we really mentioned the fires, and there's the Delta variant of COVID, but we're not going to talk about that because that's depressing. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah, that's fine. That works.
So let's start business wise. How about that? Since I'm a business owner, I've been trying to. I finally bought a WordPress, and I bought a domain. I'm working on building up like a little like a more like a portfolio page to start, and then crap, I'm still low.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm setting up a portfolio page to start, and then it might go out into more business stuff, but I don't know. But I'm building it right now, so I'll let you all know when that happens.
Mhm.
And then I'm trying to figure out right now because I made these cute little things. They're like little face scrubbies. Yeah, they're cute.
Interesting.
Yeah. And there's also this one. So there's like a loop on the back.
Ah, makes it easier so that you can touch everything.
Trying to think about like how to make some packs and like put it onto like an Etsy and sell them. So I think that'd be good. I can make them super quick, and yeah, I think that'd be cool. I'm also still working on like a bunch of different knitting projects. There's this giant blanket I'm making for a friend. I won't say who.
Yeah.
I don't want her to say it herself. So, but that's going along. But it's so big. It just takes so long. I'm just like I'm like more than halfway through making it, but it's just like, oh my god, do you think you are just so big? Hang on, Maya's saying something. Thank you, Maya. I love you. What is happening? Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna quit for now, but then we'll come back on my phone and make it a lot easier.
Sure, no problem.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. It's okay. It's okay. So I'll continue on. So guys, I have started doing needlepoint like cross stitch style stuff. So I made a little kitty. I'm gonna have to figure out how to put like glue on the back type stuff. I need to research that, and then I'll cut it out and then make it into a patch. So that's kind of what I'm working on for that. I'm also one of the two because I have to do multiple things at once because I have problems, ADHD or whatever type stuff. I'm making Grims with Harry Potter like style letters in rainbow, and then I'll make that into like a patch as well. I'm going to put black around it so that it's all like one solid patch, so that then it's easier for gluing and stuff. And then I'm making a secret surprise for one of my coworkers. I'm trying to find the sticker. So one of my coworkers is a streamer, and you're really close up there.
Here we go.
Oh, now you're really loud. Let me see if I turn you. I'm gonna put you. See if I. Oh no, you're back to normal. Okay, you're good.
Hooray! It's my computer. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Hi everyone. How are
you?
So yeah. What were you talking about before I came back on?
Cross stitch. So I've been doing some cross stitch. This was something I thought you would be really interested in. So I made this little kitty.
Yes.
Rainbow kitty. I'm gonna try to make them into patches, and then the other thing being that I did my name Grims, and then I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna cross stitch black in between, and then try to make into a patch. And then the last patch, because I said I can't do one project. I have to do two projects. So one of my coworkers, it does Twitch stream. Shout out to Limp Dumpling. Don't ask why the name. It just is. I don't know. He doesn't really have a reason, but Limp Dumpling is his name. And he has these cute little dumpling characters that he does as his icons and his little emotes. So this is one. He got this tattooed on his arm for me. So I thought it was really cute. And so I'm kind of like trying to cross stitch that little dumpling.
Oh.
So you can kind of see it there. So like I drew it on there, but then it didn't quite fit. So I'm kind of like adjusting. But I think I'm doing pretty good with like shadow. You can't see the shadow, but I did do the shadow on the thing itself. I don't know why the sticker doesn't show it. But I'm trying to kind of mimic it so that it does it. And then I'm going to give it to him a surprise of like, here's this. I'll cut it out and keep it on the ring hoop. But I thought it was just like a cute little thing. Plus to try to test my skills, because I want to try to like do like, one of my goals is if I could do this cross stitch, I want to do like game scenes, video game scenes, that because they're pixelized anyway. And if I could try to mimic them down to cross stitch. So that's kind of my crafting side project. And it's been helping me put focus. I do it during my lunch breaks, which is interesting to kind of calm me down and just kind of bring focus to some things and help with my dexterity in my hands too, because you really have to like,
I love it.
Focus.
I'm so happy. I'm yay.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I collect hobbies. Don't forget, I collect hobbies. So this is
that's fantastic.
Exactly.
Yay.
So that's it.
Yeah, I need to do more cross stitch. Oh man.
So back to your thing. So you do. So you're doing a portfolio profile online, correct?
And yes, then I'm working on. Okay, so there's WordPress, and I'm trying to basically like start it off as a portfolio. So I'm going to put all my, like most of my art on there, the relevant stuff. I'm like, here you go. So that I can just send it to future clients. Like, you know, oh, here, you want to commission me? Here's my body of work, so that you have, you know, some security about my skills and whatnot. So, so yeah, I'll have like all that on there. And also I can send it to future employers too. Cause I still would like, you know, maybe a more stable job would be good as long as I can do remote. Because I'm 29 and still can't drive, so there's that. Don't have a car. So, with that aside, what was I gonna say? I had my list, but yeah, try and do that business wise. There's also you can still see me and hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you just froze, but I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna freeze and because I'm looking at my list. It's on my phone.
Okay, that's why.
Oh yeah, and also business wise, I'm gonna also try to I was gonna try to share screen, but there is this thing called Crochet Academy from TL Yarn Crafts. So you can just search that on Google. Sorry, I was like looking at the chat. And she's this wonderful woman named Tony Lipsy, I think that's her full name. She's doing this Crochet Academy just to teach people like how to crochet, how to start. And she's also going like, oh, here you go. Here are these 4 free designs that you can go ahead and use, and I'll help guide you through it and give you tips and tricks and everything. I'm like, oh my god, that's really cool. And I'm knitting mainly, but I'm crocheting as well. I want to learn how to get back into crochet. So it's like really awesome. And I actually did buy a kit, just like 2 skeins of yarn, and I'm gonna make like a wrap, like a shawl of some sort, and it's gonna be like super awesome. And I'm gonna like post it on Instagram. So here you go. If you guys know me on Instagram, just follow me for that. You know, just look out for that. So that I'm excited about. There you go.
Yes. Okay.
And go to her blog, and then you can see the Crochet Academy.
Well, I'm trying to
that's her.
This.
That's Tony. I found her on YouTube when I was trying to look up like tips and tricks on how to crochet. I think it actually came up as a recommended. And yeah, so there's the Crochet Academy. If you're interested in learning crochet, it's super fun.
Oh, I like that blanket.
That wrap right there at the bottom. That's what I'm gonna make. That
this one?
Yeah, that one. I'm gonna make that. It's super pretty. And the yarn, I've already felt it. It's like super soft and like buttery. It's from Lion Brand, so you know they're super good when it comes to yarn. But yeah, I'm so excited. And that she launches that on August 2nd.
Okay.
So super soon. And all 4 of those designs, well, all 4 of those tutorials will go up, but I already have the pattern because I already paid for the yarn. It came with the kit. So yeah.
Interesting.
I'm
curious because I would like to crochet. I know during COVID, my mother-in-law, had started, I think she does knitting rather than crochet, or one of those two. And she's just been doing that like nobody's business and has really enjoyed it because it's given her something to kind of focus on. And I know you've talked about in the past that has been kind of like a relaxing tool and fun. And you get a kick out of trying to learn something, which is kind of some of the things like that we have to kind of keep doing, is like always kind of learning something new and keeping our brain young in a sense by doing that. And like my grandmother has done cross stitch, even though she's older, and she's trying to keep it so it helps her with her dexterity still. So like these things still can help out with your overall mental health. So I think it's definitely good to learn these new skills, and plus you can still use it too.
Crochet is a lot more versatile too. In case anyone's still on the edge, you can make plushies, you can make blankets, you can make dishcloths. Knitting is a little more structured and rigid, which is kind of hilarious how I like that more. I guess I just like more rigidity and structure. I don't know why. So it's a lot more freeform. It's really fun. It's also really quick, at least like as far as I know. As far as I've noticed with myself, like knitting takes a lot more time. Crochet, like you can make, like I made this thing in like less than an hour. It was just like done. So you could just like knock it out super quick. So try it at least. And like the materials can be super cheap. Like I think like the only most expensive thing about this type of hobby is just the yarn. I think that's it. Like once you buy the hooks, that's it. You're set. Like, as long as you don't misuse them, you have hooks like for life. So like you just have them. They don't go bad as long as you like don't mistreat them or break them, or you're good. So
and you can get a Michael's coupon and probably get them at a discount,
or Joann's.
That too, if you have one of those as well. My Joann's is a little bit farther.
Can I talk about Michael's? Can I talk about how much they've disappointed me?
Like, what happened? What they do?
Every time I go for yarn, they're just like, oh, it's so sad. Like they don't have like a good supply.
Yeah, I would agree to that, because it's going to be kind of the difference where I think Michael's is overall crafts versus Joann's is going to be more like that fabric making style stuff. Although they do have a lot of crafty things too. I feel like they're more focused because they have like all the fabric stuff and the yarn and all that type. Like I would definitely go to Joann's when I need like fabric for cosplay, but when it is something crafty, like for example, all the cross stitch stuff and whatnot, and when I was going crazy with perler beads and all that, like that was all Michael's. And before they went away, I forget what the other place was called. Whatever, but it was kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, they disappeared about a year or so ago, like maybe 2 years or somewhere around there. I think Michael's owned them. They were just like a weird subset style crafting place. It's not Hobby Lobby. That's a whole different thing. It was kind of like something like that. They had like a lot of odd and end crafts too. But Joann's always say fabric. They're my fabric place for the most part.
I love Joann's. When it comes to like fabric and yarn, I'm just like, yes, I will definitely go there. And they have like all these wonderful sales. Oh my god, like the last time I went, it was so hard for me to like, because like I wanted to buy all this yarn. It was Vanna's Choice too. It was it was the same yarn I used to make those Doctor Who scarves. And I was just like, oh my god, they're like sub $3 a skein. Like so $3 a skein. And I'm just like, oh my god, I could buy like 10 and have like I can make a blanket. And I'm like, what would I use it for though? Like I already have
That's how they get you. All the clearance and discount stuff. It's like I could use this and stuff.
Like, that's my god, yes.
That's what like when they have the Black Friday sale with patterns. It's like, well, the patterns are all like, $1 or whatever discount price, 25 cents. It's like I buy a ton of patterns. Of like their maximum of like what 12 or 20 they give you. So like I buy them. It's like, do I even use them? Did I just waste however money just to buy these patterns and I'm not even going to use them? Because I end up just buying. Exactly. So like I may potentially need this pattern at some point.
I'm like battling with myself. So I'm just like, I'll never use this, or I will, or because I don't know. But should I really sink money into this? Crap! Is the sale not going to be back here?
No. There've been a few times at a sale like that, and I have been able to use it. Like my dress form, I do use that for cosplay. Although I need a new one because I did break that one, but I did use that a lot. So that was definitely worth getting like on a Black Friday sale. I also had this like table that's like folded down, like it was kind of like, it almost looked like a rectangle, like so it's like a middle piece, and then the two sides go up, but then in order to stay safe, and they go back down to the side so you can like move it. So I did get one of those tables during those sales, and I used it a lot too for crafting slash sewing and stuff. But it's that because it's like a small room, so I need a table, but then I don't need it to take up my space the whole time. So
yeah, exactly. Like when it comes to tables, I think the thing I need most, which I probably should save up for, is a drawing table. Because you know me, when I draw, I'm like always hunched over, and I'm like, why does my back hurt? Why does my neck hurt? I wonder why. So and it's like I think that I found a good one. It was like about 100, something like that. It was like a nice like standalone, like it's like a architectural terms, drafting table. There you go.
Okay.
It's like that. It is really nice. So like I should probably save up for that instead of spending money on yarn I may not use. So yeah.
The yarn is so pretty.
I know, and it's so squishy and like fun. So
I will admit I have some yarn that I bought because it was on sale at some point, and I and I bought it probably like 3-4 years ago, just to be perfectly honest. So I'm guilty of the same thing.
Anyone into fiber arts, I think they're lying if they ever said they didn't buy yarn frivolously.
Yeah,
I think you'd be just lying through your ass.
I was like, no. Is this one going to be cool or not?
Right.
I think before our break, one of the things that I did talk about that I wanted to go on, or maybe I just talked about it before. Did I talk about my obsession with Bob Ross lately?
No.
Okay, so I mean, Bob Ross is a thing around, but Twitch has Bob Ross is on Twitch, so they play. So you can just watch it, and it's just nice to listen to, and he'll do all the things, and it just makes me like, I do like painting, but it is a commitment. But if I were able to be like to follow it and kind of learn. I did talk about, I don't know if you were on it that episode maybe. So I want to start doing Bob Ross like painting, but I don't want to commit to it until I finish my craft room.
Oh, you did. Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
But I want to do that. And I still watch the Bob Ross, and I just get kick out of it, the beat the devil out of it. That still makes me laugh from it. But
you're so scared too. Like you're just like, he's so like mellow and nice, and then he just says beat the devil at it. I'm like,
yeah, but I just love it because he goes beat the devil at it, and then he just looks at the camera and like smiles, and it's like the most like awkward but funny, like endearing thing, because he just like it's like he said a bad word and he has to watch the camera for catching him because
But he was on live television back then, so yeah, he had to be careful.
From what? So like, yeah, just my editor or what director has to be mad at me because I still talking too much about this, that, and the other thing. But the reason why I bring it up is that one of the pin makers that I follow, Laserbrain, had made a Bob Ross pin, and I finally got around to buying it. Oh. It is like the coolest, like, because it has all his stuff in his hair. I'm so excited for this pin. It's one of my babies.
I love it. That's really nice.
I that's what I keep walking down every time I go into Michael's. I keep walking down the paint aisle. I was like, no. But because I see how much money I need to spend, especially if I'm going to commit to it. I was like, no, I'm going to do it eventually, but I need the space. I'm going to have to, it's going to probably motivate me to clean out the garage because I'm going to, like, I don't want to do it inside because even though I know you could do odorless paint and stuff, but I think outside is going to be the best bet for it in the long run. So it's kind of like, I've been kind of paying attention to everything, trying to tally up how much it's going to be. It's definitely going to be to start it up because I want a decent enough easel to hold it. I don't necessarily need to be a stand-up, but I want it to be enough to hold the stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be a couple $100 definitely to start because I'm gonna buy the paint tubes. Exactly, I have to do the bigger paint tubes because I plan on doing a lot of it. The smaller paint tubes like almost nothing in comparison to the bigger paint tubes. Like the bigger paint tubes like 3 times the cost, but like 6 to 7 amount of it.
Are you gonna do oil?
Yes, I want to do. I want to try the oil paint. That's why. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I want to, because acrylic is not going to match what his technique for it. Although I have a ton of acrylic and I do that for other stuff, but I want to try the oil paint. I want to give it the authenticity of it and actually try it.
Thankfully, if you a little can go a long way when it comes to oil paint. So thankfully, you don't have to worry too much about cost, except for what I would say is probably white. Because that's just like your lightener. That's like your base. So and then I don't know if you want to go this far, because I know that canvas can get pretty expensive. You could you could gesso your own canvas. So
Mm.
it might be cheaper, but it's also more time consuming. You would need gesso at that point, and I don't know how much that is in comparison. So I didn't. I had the last time I did oil paintings was in high school. So going off of that knowledge, I still have those oil paints too, which is crazy.
That's
They're
good.
probably still good. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Like my mother-in-law, she has this big portrait that she painted. I didn't even know she painted. She's like, one day she just told me, it's like, oh yeah, I painted that. I did it as part of some kind of project type thing. And I was all like, just, it seems like to be a very forgiving medium because it doesn't dry immediately. And you can definitely edit it and all that type of stuff. But it's a hard medium too. So I wouldn't say it's
dry quickly.
Exactly. So it's like, it's both good and bad. And that's why I would love to give it a shot. I think I want to do the research, but I think I would do basic canvas for it. And I think it's more about, because he's all about not having to buy every color paint. Like, it's all about mixing and building the paint, and that you don't need 50 colors of paint. You really just need his set 10 paints, and this type of brush, you don't need it to, like, he's all about, you don't need it to be fancy. And so I do want to follow his steps of it not being super fancy, and kind of go from there.
Good primaries, a good brown, or like umber is what they call, and your white, maybe black. You don't always need black, but sometimes it's good to have. But yeah, you just need like your primaries. You just make whatever color you want under the sun. Then so
also he calls it liquid white, whatever, because that's your base to put all that so that you're mixing it in and stuff. But yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, please tell me. Please show me.
It probably won't happen. Yeah, also, like, I want to do it as like a streaming Twitch style channel, so it's probably not going to be for a while because I'm going to have to really like plan everything out for it. But I would love to just do that. I've been bugging the coworker who does streaming and kind of like what it is to kind of audio and cameras and all that type of stuff, because I would have to kind of do a whole setup and display and things from it. So
yeah, exactly. I've been tempted to do like knitting or crocheting on stream. I don't know if you'll be interested in that. Let me know, since we're like live. Let me know if you're interested. I'll do that.
Everything's there. One of the streamers I follow, I've talked, and I showed his pins, Momobot. Like, he just got Twitch partner a couple weeks ago, and for being such a community builder for the art community. So he does, of course, online art streaming, digital art streaming and stuff, but he, raids other art streamers. Some are like some do physical painting and others do digital painting and all that type of stuff. So there's a niche for everyone, I would say. I hope you heard that. Let me add you back on. Sorry. Did you hear any of that?
Sorry. No,
it's okay.
Go ahead. Start again.
No, I said that you could do. Oh my god. Hey guys, how's it going? Having fun this Thursday? It's cool. Cool beans. It's cool beans. It's cool beans. Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry. I'm gonna stop fucking with my phone. Go ahead.
Yeah, don't
continue.
Well, we have an answer for you. Mai has said there's a big arts and knitting crochet community on Twitch. So yes, you can join the community and do that.
Okay.
Plus, I would almost imagine it'd be a little bit like you could be talking, but it could also be a little ASMR style stuff if you get the real type, making it and all that type of stuff. Because that's
like some like smooth jazz or something in the background. Like, oh, here you go. Here comes.
You have to be careful without being DCMA'd, because that's the thing. It's like, if you want your stuff to be watchable on VODs, then you can't have that style stuff, or just have royalty free or whatever style music or something of nature.
Yeah.
But otherwise, then. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Guys, ask us a question. What questions do you have? What would you like to see? What would you like to do as a Twitch streaming if you were able to? Doesn't even need to be podcast. Like, what things would you want? Yes, we're back. Hi. Did you miss us over the last month? There's my partner. There's my partner. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Hi. How are you doing? How's it been, guys? God, this should be a clear clear representation of how fucked up the world is right now. Like,
It's okay. It's okay.
I don't know what's happening, man.
What did you?
I swear,
Maya, what did you use to stream while answering? I didn't know that you streamed. Did you do more like a bunch of crafting style stuff, or?
Oh, I'd love to see that.
Like, yes. I almost wonder if they would be streaming. Like, I mean, I wonder if like Realm community would like something like that. Like if they, they had the Transformers and they could just, watch people transform in and out, or if that would just be frustrating as fuck to watch people. Because I know they do it for reviews and stuff.
Yeah.
And like Gort does watch it, like when he's watching some reviews, and sometimes he skips through some of the building, the in that and the other. Like sometimes he likes watching it based on the comments. If it's like, fuck, it's the best. Like he gets kicked more out of that. There's the one guy, I'm sure the people in the chat, that he likes at the end of the stream or end of his videos, he sits down and he does floor time, and he like plays with his he like a kid, he gets on the floor and then he plays with like his toys and stuff.
Yeah, wait, who's that? Oh,
I don't know. I don't know the name, but I don't know all their names outside of Bobby. I'm no offense, I don't know much of the other people that he watched. But yeah, the floor time one, because I know he has the t-shirt that's floor time and chill, which is that he wears all the time. But yeah, that one was it's always funny. It's like, oh, it's the floor time guy. He's playing with his toys and stuff. I think it's really cute. That's kind of where I think it is. Like you need your Deluxe. Is that his name?
Deluxe?
I don't know. That's what Charlotte.
We'll check it out. Yeah. Also, Maya, wow, I need to follow you on Twitch then. I want to watch your streams. Ooh, that sounds so cool. She did she did Gundam builds, miniature painting, and cooking. Dude, I just built another Sharazaku. What was it last week? Something like that. I don't remember the exact name. Shar Aznable. Look it up on Google. It's from Gundam. I'm sorry.
What was it? How do you spell this?
So just look up Gundam Char.
Char.
And then Zaku. And that's just phonetic. Zaku.
Okay, Sharazaku.
So all the Gundam nerds out there who are listening, know you, Maya. That is the main antagonist in the first Gundam series that came out in the 70s, and he has this red mobile suit, and it's super pretty, and it has a horn, and I don't know why I like the villains more, but I do. So
this one,
there you go. Yes, I don't think that's the exact kit I did, but that is the mobile suit that we're talking about. So I did another one of those. It was a high grade, which means that it is usually when it comes to Gunpla and Gundam model kits, they're divvied up into grades. Perfect being the most articulate and most detailed and the most time consuming too.
Mm-hmm.
High grade and I think high grade. I think it's then going down it's master grade, and then going down from there is high grade. I could be dead wrong. They also changed it. So, but I did a high grade, so it was pretty nifty. The eye can move. It was pretty like nice and small and such. It's so nice. I love it. I don't know why, but I do. Like I like the Gundam. I like the first Gundam. It's called RX-78-2.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, nerd speak. But for some reason I just like the villains more. And that's not just Gundam. Like with Transformers too. Apparently my first favorite Transformer was Starscream. I don't know why.
You have to. Starscream is the best. He's the gayest of them all, and he's the best. He just is the best. It's something about a character. I think I've talked about him before, but there's something about a character who just like undermines the main bad guy. Like there's something just about that just is very intriguing as a character.
Bitch. So.
Well, but he's like, they're like, how would I say it? Like, oh my god, Megatron, blinked his name.
Oh no.
He's all about like doing the uprising and getting rid of the Autobots and their oppression and all that type of stuff from it. But Starscream really just wants it because he wants power. And that's kind of like what Loki is as a character. It's like he wants.
Can we talk about Loki?
I don't know. We'll see other people. We can say spoiler alert in a second. But Loki, getting back to him as Loki as a character before the current series. So Loki as a character, he is just about himself, and he wants his own thing. Yeah, he wants power, but he just kind of wants to undermine and be his own thing. Like, I think even just to rule still wouldn't technically be what he wants in a sense. I think if he was
forge his own path.
Yeah, in that sense. Like, even though when he gets it, he just fucks around and dicks around. It's like, that's all he wants. He just wants to be able to just mess with people. And I think that's kind of how it is in that sense. I do not know if we want to spoil. It is still about a week. When was it? It's about a week. I don't think we want to go in that end.
So good.
How about instead of spoiling it? Yeah. You're saying,
so
Charlotte, it's free. Charlotte says that it's been out long enough that we should be able to speak freely about it.
All right, we're going to go on Charlotte's recommendation. Okay.
So if we lose the viewership, we are going to be spoiling Loki. So please
don't listen.
Yeah.
Go out.
We'll
tell you when to start listening again. So
to mute, how we're going to mute. Like, I guess if you watch it and you mute it, maybe we could be like, there we go. Exactly. How about that? That would be when we stop spoiling. How about that? The Kawaii Disney. Okay. Or check back like in 15 minutes or so. So what are your thoughts of the series?
Oh my god, it was absolutely fantastic, and I need more now. And I'm sad that season 2 is not going to be out until God knows when. So,
well, what was nice is that was the spoiler. Was that not spoiler, but the end credits was that Loki 2 season 2 is going to be something since it wasn't announced. Much like the Book of Boba Fett, it was like the spoiler that they're making a Boba Fett style series for Mando.
I love their acting so much. Like, I feel just so immersed, and I thought it was also really cool. Like, what was it? No, it was the second to last episode before the season end. That the older Loki, where he's like, oh yeah, daggers are just
classic Loki.
Yeah, he's saying like daggers are just holding us back, and he's just like making Asgard, like like a whole freaking city, and I'm just like, oh my god, it makes sense because Thor was the same way. Mjolnir was just like a focus for his power. It was all Thor the entire time, and I'm just like, oh my god, this makes so much sense. This is so cool.
When Sylvie had said, it's all like, I think we're more powerful than we even realize just by seeing what classic Loki did. I mean, I love Loki, so I was excited. Gort loves the series, and he's all like, I mean, he liked WandaVision a fair amount. Things not so much about it, but he appreciated what it was trying to do. Captain America and Winter Soldier, he liked it too, but it was kind of like boring because it just a basic style stuff. It wasn't like it was something new or fresh or anything. It's just the adventures of Sam becoming Captain America. It's really what the main point of it all is, him accepting the title and feeling worthy of the title in a sense, even though he's not a super soldier.
I also like how they really addressed racism too.
Yeah,
that was wonderful. And I'm just like, oh my god, yes, we're doing this. I'm so on board. This is fantastic.
Which only brought in, as I said, it was his feeling like he was worthy enough for it in that sense. Like, is he really what Captain America is? Would people accept him as Captain America? Where some people did and some didn't. And that whole like, you're Black Captain America. No, I'm just Captain America in that sense. It's just another one from it.
I love that line. Yeah, the kid was like, oh, you're a Black Falcon. And he's like, no, I'm just Falcon. So
I'm just Falcon. I know, what's this? Even though I guess, I mean, I don't know much of the lore stuff, but I guess he was technically called that, which only just shows the sign of the times.
I don't think he was, but I think it was just a point of like, it's not the point that he's Black. It's the point that he's just Falcon. So, it's like, oh my God, it's so great.
But getting back to Loki, I mean, I know Crocky is what people are calling him, even though he is an alligator. So everyone acknowledges he's an alligator. So of course it should be like alligator Loki, but everyone just likes Croaky or Crocky. I get debated because it's hard to say from it because it fits a little bit better with the O. But that whole scene when his hand gets bitten, just that he doesn't notice that the hand get beaten, but when he looks at it and he just goes, that was probably one of the best scenes. I go back and watch that scene multiple times.
Do you think it's weird that they kissed? Do you think it's weird?
But it's only like whether or not you believe that the fact that she's his genetic same material, then yes. But if anyone has been a fandom of any type of thing, you've seen a lot of stuff on the internet for anything. I think I've talked about
Oh,
before.
really?
Twincest is a thing that people are into. It just
Cool.
is of anime culture. It just is a thing that's out there. So it's not surprising for me to see something of the nature. But I think everyone kind of just assumes that she is a version, how different of genetic that is. But what to me, it only shows how much Loki loves himself,
Yes, very narcissistic.
that he falls in love with himself in a different form.
It's almost perfect, actually. Like for Loki as a character, it's almost perfect.
That his romantic interest would essentially be a version of himself.
He can only trust himself. That's the only person he trusts is himself.
Exactly. But he can't trust himself because he's always going to betray himself.
Oh my god, the dichotomy.
I think it has the most ramifications. I thought WandaVision was going to have the most ramifications, which it does, because she's kind of the first thought of what a Nexus event could be, because they do mention it, I believe, in WandaVision. I really want Billy and Tommy to come back, because I think that they would be such cool characters to have in the MCU brought in. I think that they would be a much added thing. So I'm torn on my love of Loki. I mean, I love Loki as a character, but Loki and WandaVision, as the two Marvel, I think that they brought a lot to it. But I also really just enjoy all the old TV shows, and so it was a little bit of nostalgia, and I think it's cool. I think it gave Wanda a lot of character development. I mean, Vision you kind of always had around, especially with Jarvis in a sense. But I think it definitely made her a better character. I feel like she wasn't utilized much. I hope she is utilized well in the Doctor Strange movie. I have not seen Black Widow. I have heard spoilers for it. Spoilers for some things, some the other. I really don't care, so I'm just going to wait until it gets on Disney Plus for that. So if anyone wants to spoil that, I don't care. But yeah, I think Loki was good. There's so much fan art. There was a bunch for WandaVision, not so much for Captain America and Falcon Winter Soldier. But Loki, especially Crokey, has been all over the place.
Oh, it's so fantastic. I want to learn more about, I'm just going to be blunt, Black Loki, because he got all the 6 Infinity Stones. I want to learn more about him. I'm like,
you never know what's going to happen. I mean, he betrayed, so I don't know if they're going to follow it.
What? I really want to know. That also like goes into it, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse. Oh, I'm so excited for that.
Kind of gets, as I said, it's got one of the more ramifications of what's going to go back, how it's going to affect the movie universe itself, versus something like, what was it called, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where although it was an offshoot, it kind of then left it as a whole. I mean, the movies did affect some stuff, like especially when Hydra came out, it affected, of course, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and all that jazz.
So good. But then they said it's not canon anymore. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is not canon anymore. I'm so sad about that. I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you rip it out of our hands?
I did stop watching it after a while, so I don't blame them for it. And especially the Defenders, all those ones are not considered part of the universe either, I guess, in a sense, the Netflix series. But which made me worry for the 3 that they picked although they did pull them straight from the movie, so that was a positive for it. But what I was going to say about Crokey, one of the small businesses I follow, they make body pillows, and they made this Crokey body pillow. Somehow the Nerdist got hold of their Instagram image and posted it on their website without telling the artist or getting permission for it. And then that person, like, the community is crazy. That person got harassed by the Marvel Universe people who don't normally shop from her, just the masses and the population, asking, because her price point was pretty steep. I did look into getting it. It was going to be $150. I was like, I'm not doing $150 for a Crokey body pillow. I don't love him that much. But some people are going to. But people were bitching on her, saying that she was like, they gave her death threats. They were like, why are you charging $150 for this thing? It doesn't even come stuffed, and all this type of stuff. And they like straight attacked her. And then she essentially quit her business, because they were all, like she said, anyone who paid for the pre-order, I'll fulfill it and whatnot. But she's like shutting it down because she got all this harassment. It's like, how dare you charge so much for money for this? It's like, savage. It's like, yes, it would have been great for her, the exposure, but the fact that they attacked her for it was crazy. I guess, well, some people even attacked her. So like, did you even get permission to be able to use this type of stuff? It's like, oh, come on, fan art does not get any
fan art.
If you've been into any comic convention, you've seen Artist Alley, right? Like none of the people got any of that type of stuff. It's kind of just one of those, you deal with it because the companies are making their money their way too. So that was probably an unfortunate thing I seen as a consequence of that TV show, which made me sad. Yeah. Anywho, do we have any more spoilers before continuing on?
No? What else did I want to say about Loki? Oh, I like completely lost my mind. Like they really just like delivered the weight of it super well. I think it was in the second episode when Loki was trying to escape for the first time. And he was like, okay, I got the Tesseract. I'm going to try to get out of here. And he was like looking in the drawer, all those Infinity Stones. And they're like, oh yeah, we just get a bunch of those like all the time.
It's just a paperweight.
I'm like, wait a minute. You could have like X amount of Infinity Gauntlets. And they wouldn't work at all.
Not in that world. No.
What? Like the time stone is just right there, sitting there.
How do you feel about like a character that does give a bunch of attention, but we hadn't mentioned yet, Mobius? How do you feel about him?
Oh my god, I love how they chose Owen Wilson to do him. It was so great. It was so great. Oh, I loved it. He played it so well. I had no idea that they were going to do Owen Wilson, but I loved him for every second of it.
I did like how they were sprinkling in with his character specifically, how they were all variants too, that they were all taken from a timeline and whatnot from it. Him with his jet ski thing. It's like, I don't know, I just kind of like them. But then it's like, you looking back on it, it's the realization of that he's from there and he just kind of remembers some of his past life. Doesn't know why, but he just does. And I did like that. Exactly. The scene where he says goodbye to Loki, I think it was episode 5, and he's about to hug him. Right before he was going to hug him, I look at Gordon. I goes, "Are they best friends? Are they best friends?" And it's like, and then he's like, and I was like, "Oh, they're best friends." And it's like they're hugging and loving each other. And I did like how he looked over at Sylvie and was like, "You're my favorite.
You're my favorite, Loki."
So the fact that he loves him, then she smiles at him. I did appreciate one of the things posted I see about the actress who plays Sylvie, so I should say, that I guess she just had a baby before filming and they had altered her suit so that was easier for her to pump, which I thought was a cool thing. I guess like instead of just doing the inseams, they actually did the seams as zippers. So she could literally just zipper them down and then pump without having to take the full costume off, which I'm sure was easy based on pressure, since there's so much pressure that happens even if you don't pump, that it helps relieve that rather than having to take a full costume down, which was very nice and appreciative of the costume people. I hope they get some kind of acknowledgement on that and for designing something for that nature.
I like that. That's really nice. Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, and I guessed it from like I had a theory. I postulated my theory like right when we first started watching, and I'm like, I'm gonna bet the timekeepers aren't real, or they're dead, like long gone dead. And I was just like, something tells me they're like way too high on the chain. You never see them. Something tells me that they're just like they're just not what they seem. And I'm like, oh my god, I kind of called it. And they're like they're just like these like robots. Just sit there like, oh my god. I was like so proud of myself in that moment. So
I will say for Charlotte's comment of the missed opportunity having them pull up in the Lightning McQueen style, he actually pulled up in a pizza van, which would be the Pixar like Pizza Planet style image, although it wasn't specifically Pizza Planet, but it was a pizza delivery car. So that was their homage, is that they did put him in a pizza delivery car that simulated, I guess, what would be Pixar, kind of a nod for him in that sense.
I didn't notice that. I just thought it was just like whatever he could find. I didn't think there was.
I mean, it is whatever he find. It just happened to it. No, it actually was a pizza delivery car that he drives up in. So,
I personally want to find somebody on the internet who's. I know they're going to do it. I just don't know who. But I need someone to like tell me and point out all of the objects at the end of time. Because I saw like a Kree warship. I saw the Golden Gate Bridge. There was, what was it, the USS? What ship was like brought in?
They had a Thanos helicopter. They had Frog Thor in the mud. Not to mention everything that was in the room itself. There's just it was a lot. It was a lot
So
to
many
take in.
things. Oh my god. Yeah, I need someone to tell me. Like, I need someone to make a list and go, here's all the things that we saw.
How about the ending part where when he sees Mobius and Mobius doesn't know who he is?
What do you mean?
When he at the end, and then he
Yeah.
goes up and he says, "Oh, it's the end of the world."
Oh
We had
my
to get
God,
prepared
yeah.
or whatnot from it."
I'm
And
sorry,
then Mobius like he's like, "Which version are you? Or you're from this thing?" Well, no, he didn't even say what if it was Loki. He didn't even recognize it as Loki. He just said he was from some department or someone's like it's okay. You don't need to worry, panic, and all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I knew at that point he's definitely in a different reality. Definitely. Since the timeline's split now, God knows where he is. Oh my god, why? Oh my god, I lost my mind. I was just like, oh, this is so good. Oh, Marvel, you've done it again. Or Favreau at that point.
I think the next one coming out has to be Spider-Man, right? That's the next one. I think Spider-Man No Way Home, I think is its title. That's the next one. I don't think anything's coming up. And I think after that is Doctor Strange. I can be wrong on that. I'm not 100% positive. But I think we're that close to two bigger movies coming out.
Anyhow. Oh, I'm so excited. Ooh.
Now are we done with spoilers? Done? Okay.
We're done with spoilers.
Quiet. I don't know if anyone put on there. Okay. So yeah. I've been watching a lot of other random TV shows that have been popping up. I've been rewatching RuPaul's Drag Race. Recently, All Stars is on there. What shows have you been watching?
Well, not a show. There's a movie. Back to Gundam. There's Gundam Hathaway that's out, and oh my god, it's just so beautiful animation wise, and like the music, I'm obsessed with it. So essentially, it's like continuing the first series that canon. It's continuing that.
Okay.
And it's just like if anyone remembers the Penelope Gundam, that's in that, and that's in there. And then there's a new Gundam as well, not NU, but a brand new Gundam. Like it's just there you go. Oh well, okay.
Yeah, so I messed up those ones. I forgot about those two. I haven't been like excited for those two, so I completely forgot they existed. But why is there no information on Eternals? I know for the Shang-Chi there is, like I've seen all the pops and stuff, but why is Eternals not getting anything? I feel like if they're just not trying to do anything because of the other movie being first, it just seems like bam, 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 so many right after each other. I know probably with COVID they're catching up with all that type of stuff.
Right. I still can't wait for Witcher, man. Witcher season 2, please.
Yeah, I know they've been releasing trailers for that. When is that? Is that next month?
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with it because if I look at it, I'm gonna get sad, and I don't want to be sad. So I just want it to be like in front of my face so I can go with it. So
I want to know.
But another random TV show I've been watching, because I've been wanting to catch up with it. I've been watching Star Trek: The Next Generation. I don't know if I mentioned this before.
December. For Witcher 2. It says
Witcher 2?
December.
Thank you! Oh my God. I'm so excited. Oh yeah, wait, and they're also doing an animated movie. I remember that. For Witcher. Yeah, so that's gonna be cool. But yeah, okay. Star Trek: The Next Generation. Because I'm like, I watched the first series, like with Kirk and everything. And now this one's with Patrick Stewart as Jean-Luc Picard. And it's just it's so fantastic. I just love Star Trek. I'm sorry. I guess I'm a Trekkie at this point.
It's okay. Come to terms with it. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. At least I know. Don't worry.
Wait. I think I got a person. You can continue on. I'll pull up something for you.
Cool. Thank you. And thank you again, Maya, for exact dates. Oh, thank you so much. December 17th. I need to remember that for Witcher 2. Because help Geralt. Why is he so attractive? He's so amazing. So okay, I was talking about TNG. Sorry, I'm like
Star Trek. You're becoming a Trekkie.
Yeah, I am a Trekkie because it's just.
What is it about Star Trek that you love so much?
just the different perspectives, and it's just inspiring different levels of critical thinking that you just never would have thought of otherwise. How they handle like these diplomatic situations. What is this?
So this is a pin maker, Kimchi Creative. She made hearts of different Star Trek characters, and they all like say various things.
There's Worf. Oh, yeah. I recognize it.
Yeah, so because she's a huge Star Trek fan too, and I mean I haven't bought anything because I'm not into Star Trek. Sorry.
I love it. Wait, but I figured... has she made? Okay, well, please send me a link to their page, because if they have an enamel pin of the communicators, I'm definitely buying that. That would be so awesome. I could just put it on my chest and be like, yes, here's my communicator.
She hasn't done that, but I'm sure someone has, and I would have to try to find it, because it's probably one of those, like, when you make it too much like something, they don't like you doing that. Like,
I've noticed that.
Something exactly like from it. Like, you have to make it different enough where it's not impeding on something that they could technically merchandise in that sense.
I've tried doing that with my Redbubble shop, and like, oh my god, I've had art taken off because like I think that same exact thing. It looks too much like the original that you're going off of, and I'm just like, crap. I'm just trying to make this cute thing. What the hell?
Yeah, so, you could do like this, although you can tell who they are and what it is, it's different enough where it's not necessarily impeding on something that they would, because they would never make it, essentially. As long as you're making something that they would never, like, they would look at that and be like, no one's going to want to buy this crap. Like, we're not going to mass produce this thing, whatnot from it. Well, I'm just saying, like, that's what they'll think. I mean, it's cute. Her products are really good. I'm not saying her stuff is bad. Her stuff is great. I buy all her stuff. I'm just not a Star Trek fan. But a Star Trek fan would love to buy this stuff because it's funny. It's got, like, the shut up, Wesley. I know that's one of the big things and their little phrases. And Star Trek fans, I think, would really like this and appreciate it because it's cute. It's unique. It's not something that's out there type stuff, which is what I like about the small business.
They give so much, the next generation, they give so much love to the Klingons. They really like dive into the Klingons as a culture and everything. I'm just like, oh, I love this so much. And then Data, the android who doesn't have feelings, who's trying to figure out how to be human. Like, there's so many good facets to this. Like, oh my god, it's just so good. Just definitely worth a watch. It's very cerebral, but like things like I never would have, like, how are they going to get out of this? Like, how are we going to do this? And then they just come up with this sort of like left field but completely logical and amazing solution. I'm just like, oh my god. And then Riker. Can we talk about Riker? Oh my god.
You can.
Oh my god. Like this. He's such a player. Every single like alien woman, every single attractive alien woman he comes across, he's like, hey, you want to get intimate? More or less.
That's not Shatner's character. I thought that was the one that's up there.
Commander Riker is the second in command. So there's Picard and then there's Riker. Riker is the guy in the second series. He has the beard. Okay. So he's just like, oh my god, I swear. And like, he's not even like, at a certain point, he's not even trying. Like, on this one planet, he was trying to like improve diplomatic relations between him and a matriarch, and she was like, do you find me attractive? And then they just like, it's implied that they do it. I'm like, come on, man, what are you doing? Just like, I guess it's good in some way, but dear God, man, like, what is happening? He's such a player. Oh my god, he just gets me every single time.
Mingling.
I know,
love for everyone. Love for everyone.
He might have an illegitimate child. Who knows? I don't know, man.
Maya mentioned something. I guess I'm assuming you know, some animated movie. I think it looks like it might be on Netflix, maybe for Vesemir.
That was the one I mentioned about The Witcher. So I don't know exactly about Vesemir, but thank you. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for that content. Oh man, there are other things that I've been watching. Like, I've been watching more Gundam with Iron-Blooded Orphans. I'm just trying to go through, like, trying to be responsible and going, okay, I'm going to go through and watch what I've been wanting to watch for God knows how long. So I'm like trying to do that. Oh yeah, I also started going through Adventure Time too, because you know, everyone's like, you know, oh, well, they love it so much. So I'm trying to figure out why. You got DiMaggio and amongst other people in it as your voice actors, so it's cute. It's cute, kind of it's nonsensical, but that's the whole point. I think it was on Hulu. That's how I've been watching it. So I think I just need to start watching it again. I
Mhm.
stopped for a little while. I've also been
Mhm.
trying to watch the original Dragon Ball. Ooh,
Okay.
ooh, that's interesting, man.
With all its filler.
Oh my god, well, yes, but they just had moments in the show where like they show off this little kid Goku, like this
Mhm.
little super strong boy. He'll go to like swim in the water and he'll be completely naked and they'll show everything. And I mean everything. I'm
Is
just
it
like,
because
wait,
it's old anime? Like they used to do stuff like that with all the old anime because it isn't a really old one, so
probably?
they didn't edit it at all.
I'm just like, what? I can see everything, but we're not covering anything. We're not gonna do like some clever. Oh, he's like behind a branch or something. Like, no,
Mm-hmm.
no, it's just there. I'm like, wait a minute, no, what? Oh my god, losing my mind. It's fun though. It's like super fun, and I'm like meeting other characters I've seen in like Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm.
And haven't like, and I didn't know their origin, like how we came to know them in Dragon Ball. Like oh god, what is the name of the pig guy? The pig.
I
What's
don't
his?
know
I'm
anything.
sorry.
I don't know. I've watched it. It's not one of the ones. I'm not like. I haven't watched a lot of the main big ones. When I watch anime, I always watch like the weird odd and end ones. So I was always kind of off of that.
Here, you'll recognize these names: Yamcha and Krillin. Do you know them? No, okay. But those characters are very like prevalent in Dragon Ball Z. You
Okay.
meet them in Dragon Ball, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is where they started. Wow.
You would think I would know. The only one I know is Piccolo, right? That's Dragon Ball Z. Piccolo. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
right?
I don't. I think he does show up in Dragon Ball, but not the Piccolo that you know. The weird thing about Piccolo is that like his father was more so a clone, I think. So I think he's in Dragon Ball, but in Dragon Ball Z is Piccolo, the Piccolo that we know. So, or no, maybe he wasn't Dragon Ball proper, but he was a villain. Like I think, I don't know. I haven't gotten that far, so I've gotten to the first tournament, so just not that far in. And I've been advised by my husband Max to not like binge watch it because it's just like, you know, being a product of its time, it came out like every single week, so you'd have to like hype yourself up like, oh my god, what's going to happen next week, and then stay excited about the content. So I can't, if I try to binge through it, I'm going to miss. They put so much information into each episode.
Yeah,
it's just a lot of information at once, so like just like,
yeah, you'll tire yourself out and whatnot from it, which is what's nice, I would probably say, of what Disney's doing with their shows, not just the Marvel ones, but like Mandalorian and stuff like that, and right now the Bad Batch, which Squirt hates, but they're releasing an episode. Yeah, he hates it. He thinks it's the biggest piece of trash TV show. I love it to death because I like them. I get a kick out of the characters, but he thinks it's the biggest piece of trash. But anyway, I do like that. Well, it's because they keep calling back to things, and he feels like they're not giving any original content. Like everything's a throwback, and it's really, really frustrating to him that everything has to be a throwback.
But isn't it meant to be like fill in the gaps? Isn't it meant to be something like that, where, you know, like we don't know what happened between Order 66 and episode?
I don't think if there was an original intention.
3?
I think it was like the misadventures of these people in a sense, or the Clone Force 99, like their type of thing. It just is filling out as the one that got him. The one that got him was the Rancor, Muchi. Being revealed. That when that happened, when he found that out, like when he saw the Rancor, he was like, "This better not be." And then I guess the Biv Fortuna, I think that's the character's name. When they did the holo from it, his face got so mad, so mad.
Oh,
so
poor
mad.
boy. Okay,
And it was
just, it was just,
yeah, it was going to. I was like, that was like, did we? It had to be this specific one. It's not like of all the Rancors in the world, it had to be this only one type thing. And that's where it's so like, which is true, which I can understand. It really, everything has to be someone from something. And I can understand it. But I mean, some of them to me make sense why they should be there. Like a course wreck should be part of it. It should be something that's there and would make sense for him to be the one to tell him about the chip. So it makes sense. Like to me, like that one is a logical one. Hera, I guess in a sense, the new one, I guess it was fine. Sorry, spoiler, whatever. I think everyone who listens or watches already does watch this stuff, from my understanding.
It's
So
been
that
out
one I
for a
understand.
bit longer.
Yeah, and I mean, I love Chopper, so of course I was happy to see him again. He's my favorite. He's my favorite character. One of my favorite characters. But yeah, I was saying something before. I can't remember. Probably doesn't matter. But yeah, no, like, that's what it was. That I like that Disney is releasing the series weekly. And so you do get the excitement of standard TV of waiting for, rather than binging and then not wanting. And then you're like, well, it's not as exciting because I can watch it all in one night, which is also exciting too, because then you get the thrill of it all at once. I would probably say that, like,
kind of happen.
yeah, like that's what it is, with like Stranger Things being like that one example of a binge series. Like, you know, when season 2 came out and season 3 came out, I stayed up and watched it religiously. I actually asked for the day off to watch it, like right at 3 a.m. when it got released. And like Gort came home from work and we watched it after his shift. I was all like, you're either watching it or watching it again later. So the choice is yours if you're doing that, because I'm doing it. I'm not going to sleep. So, but you do lose the anticipation of what's happening next week. So I will say that's the negative. Positives and negatives, I would probably say.
Exactly.
But I am pleased that Disney is not doing binge stuff. I do appreciate that they've decided to do it weekly. It gets people also to commit to paying more than 1 month, I would probably say, which is just a smarter thing to do.
Yeah.
One movie Netflix that I watched, someone had recommended as an idea. There's this R.L. Stein Fear Street trilogy movie set. I've seen the first 2. I'm in the middle of watching the third one. I mean, I like how it's playing out as going backwards in time, which I think is cool. If anyone's seen it, I do like the idea of it. Yeah, it's not like, I mean, it's not super scary. So I would probably say as a horror movie, it's like, you know,
it's more so like a callback to like the classic horror movie tropes, like from the 70s.
I mean, it's got some scenes that are pretty like, ugh, okay. But I wouldn't say it's necessarily scary thriller in that sense. It's just kind of more gory. That's the word I'm looking for. More gory.
Yeah, there you go.
In that aspect from it. But I'm entertained by it. I like movies that are not high budget. It gets the thing. Like I would say it still has a standard budget, but I like it. I feel like it's done well. So if anyone's kind of like that or was into R.L. Stein books, which I was as a kid, I don't really remember them much, but I did have a lot of them. I did read them all. So it was kind of a throwback for that style stuff. So I do like it. I do appreciate it. I just need to finish the last movie because I've just been in and out of wanting to watch horror.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I can't think of anything else.
Hang on, I'm going to freeze a bit because I'm going to check my list.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I can't think of what other stuff. It's just really... I rewatched Downton Abbey because I have problems. It's a weird show. I like those old British ones. One of my coworkers is telling me about all these other ones, so I'm going to try to get into it. Like Bridgerton was one, too. I watched that.
Well, we can shift to games because I can talk about that.
Go ahead. Yeah, there's a bunch that I got noticed released.
Whoa. So Skyward Sword came back out on the Switch. I've been playing it. It's so good. Oh my god,
that's a Zelda game, right?
Yeah. Did I say Zelda? No, I didn't say Zelda. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, and that was originally on the Wii. It was an exclusively Motion Plus game, so that was a little frustrating for some people, myself included, because it's like you have to, in order to swing your sword, you have to swing the Wiimote.
Okay.
And they require you to do like these like really specific like direction-based attacks. It can be frustrating when the Wiimote doesn't exactly like read your movements. You're like, I want to slash sideways, and it goes, oh, you wanted to slash up? I'm like, no, I didn't want to. So it's gotten a little better because now you can play it with a standard controller, or you can use the Joy-Cons. The Joy-Cons have like the gyroscope in them, so it's still kind of weird, but cool. I do like it. So, because I love when it comes to Zelda, I do love the gameplay, but I think I more so like the story behind it. This one's like meant to be more of a prequel. Not really a prequel, but like the first Link, the first Zelda, the first part of that reoccurring story, the first iteration of it. It's where you like, you know, where these problems are created. Like you're building the Master Sword in the game as well. So, and you have Fi, who's I guess you could, if people are more fans of Ocarina of Time, she's like your she is like your Navi, the little fairy that's like, hey,
Okay.
listen, here's a helpful tip.
Yeah, your navigator.
Yeah, your navigator.
Uh-huh.
I forgot.
Well,
I don't know, it was like
like
navigator.
yeah.
So it's just one of those things. But she's not as annoying. She's still annoying, but she's not as annoying. So it's really fun, and it's like you get to fly, you get to slash stuff, you get to like explore a world above the clouds and below, like they call it the surface. It's fun, and I've been playing it like damn near nonstop because Max wants to play it too. So I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna like blaze through this. I've already played it. I've already beaten it. It's just, they just re-released it and put it on the Switch.
Yeah.
With updated controls. So I'm like, all right,
do you hear about it? One of my coworkers bought it, and I was all like, "There's a new Zelda game." I was all like, "That's weird." I don't know. When it comes to the Switch, well, I don't. Yeah, I don't have my Switch anymore, so I don't really keep up with any kind of games. Now that I really bought games for that anyway. Oh. But no, I had heard about that one coming out, and I know a lot of people are really, which explains why. No one explained it to me why people are happy about it, because now they can play it in a way that they weren't able to properly before, which is cool.
Yeah, exactly. And it's been about, man, I can't believe this game's like it's 10 years. It's 10 years old. It came out during Zelda's 25th anniversary the first time, and now it's the 35th anniversary. So I'm just like, oh my god, this game's 10 years old.
So you think about the first time you're playing it, it's like, I was a different person 10 years ago.
Right. Who was that person? Who was she? We don't know. We don't know.
That's what I think of, especially when I talk to my coworkers, since they're all like young. I was like, oh, my life when I was your age, so different than what it is now.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so sad. We're just gonna sound ancient now. Just having to explain like the save icons on certain programs as a floppy disk, no one knows anymore, and then we're just like, sadness. Oh, I remember those.
I know the current TikTok trend is like AOL loading up or something like that, some kind of, or like doing the internet, the
like the dial-up sound.
Yeah, dial-up. That's the trend that they're playing. The trend, and the kids just look at the thing and they're like, "What is that sound?"
Oh no! Oh, I know it's just because of technology. I swear, I'm not actually old, but I feel old. Like it just sucks. Oh my god! And then one other thing. Did you see the trend on TikTok, the Adult Swim trend?
Yes, the coworker that does the gaming, he did that trend.
Having to explain to people what Adult Swim was and what wasn't in that past, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm not this old, I swear.
My favorite one is the guy who the family one where the father mows his lawn. And that one's my favorite Adult Swim.
I thought I saw that one.
Yeah, that one's probably the funniest. And then the follow-up video of him crying afterwards, like, I can't believe I did my lawn for this. That's how. But yeah, my coworker tried it because he was the one who showed me the trend, and he just fell in love with the trend itself, and then he made one on his TikTok, and I thought it was pretty good.
Crazy people get it.
Yeah, like there's just so many of them. You just follow the sound, which is something I actually like about TikTok is that if you use the sound. Sometimes it's bad because people use the sound for like something stupid, and so then you find dumb things. Like, no, I just want to see this trend specifically. So sometimes hashtags work a little bit better for that. But that one was probably one of my favorite trends as a whole because it kind of related.
Oh, I know, yeah. Like having to explain what bumps were to people. Oh, I just.
Well, nowadays,
I'm only 29.
Yeah, you don't do commercials so much because everything's streaming. So you do see whatever 3 commercials pop up, unless you pay for no commercials. Like it just.
Like now we have to describe what cable was before, like what before streaming was. Basically, we have to describe that. Like it was just cable. You had to if you had to pee in between, you had to bolt like that. That was good timing. You have
Yeah.
to bolt to the restroom,
Mm-hmm.
push it out, and have it go as fast as possible. So you only have like what 90 seconds or something.
Something like that. Well, there's this old TV show, old like dating show that I used to watch called Love Connection. That's gonna say how old I am. So you probably have never heard of this before, but I feel like some of the people in the chat may know this one, Love Connection. And he used to do the commercial. I think he used to say, "See you in 2x2." It was like supposed to be like 2 minutes 20 seconds type thing. See you in 2x2, and that was supposed to be like the commercial break. I want to say it's 2 minutes 2. I don't know. I could be remembering that wrong, but I feel like I saw him say 2x2. If anyone in the chat can confirm that. Love Connection.
Oh my god.
That was a funny. It was like, oh god, Love Connection was a weird dating TV show where it was like the person who was the contestant, I guess in a sense, and then you got the other three like daters in a sense. They would be essentially making like a video of themselves. So it's like, remember if you've seen the commercials where it's like, video dating, because that was the way you presented yourself and talked about yourself for like 5 minutes. So it's kind of like that. They would see these videos and they would pick a person to go on a date with out of seeing these 3 people's videos from it. And then they would go on a date, and then the TV show was more about them talking about how their date, and then they previously decide if they want to date again. And so then it's like awkward if one says no and the other says yes, or if they both say yes or they both say no, and all that type of stuff. And that's where the fun is. I swear. Am I the only one who watched this show? I guess I am. But yeah, I swear he used to say something like 2x2, see you in 2x2, or 2 and 2, or something like that for a commercial. But yeah, that comes to mind when it comes to running to the bathroom and going.
Like rushing, like just make sure that you can like take care of your business before it comes back on. Like,
well, the last commercial is also always the longest because they've hooked you, and they know they'll put all the advertising in, and then you have to come back and you have to watch the end.
I don't know if you did this, but I definitely did this, where I would like be in the bathroom, but I would like keep the door like peeked open because it was like the bathroom was right next to the living room. I'd be like, I'd have it creaked open, and I'm like, okay, like checking over, like, am I missing it? Nope. Okay, we're good. We're good still.
My bathroom wasn't close enough for that, but nowadays I can't even close my bathroom door without like the dog and cats trying to get in there while I'm going to the bathroom. So it's kind of like, if I don't, then they're like, gosh, gonna bud. So it's like, I can't.
What are you doing? I want to know, I want to see.
Yeah. No, well, not just that. They just want to be petted at that time. Like,
why? I need to poop. Like, what?
Exactly. They just want, like my Harvey, she just wants to be petted at the time. She just looks at me and she just goes, yeah. And I'm like, fine, I'll pet you while I'm taking a crap.
Yeah, exactly. Do they like lay in your pants? Like,
no. No, they won't do that, but they will lay at my feet, like on my toes. They'll do that. They'll lay on my toes.
Like I've seen that. It's like super cute where like people will have their like on TikTok. Don't worry, we don't see anything. We just see their ankles and the pants. So don't worry. But it'll they'll have either their dog or their cat. They're just like laying right in there, and it's super cute. They're like, okay, I'm comfortable. Like, how do you move at that point? It's like, I can't. I need to pull these up now.
Well, mostly for cats, they can fit into their small spaces. So for them, it's like nothing.
Cats are liquid, as everyone knows.
Yes, they are liquid. They are
physical property.
Outside that, do you have any else to say? Otherwise, we can start wrapping up.
Yeah, we could. I think that was it. I don't really want to bring it down anymore because like there's more like life stuff, but it's fine. You don't need to know about it. So
or next
we can
week.
Wrap it up. Or next week.
Yes.
Exactly.
Next week, next Thursday. We'll do you want to do your shout out, Ams?
My shout out? What?
No, your TV, your product. Oh, you don't see it. I forgot you're on your phone.
Yeah. Like I see what you put up.
I was pretending like as if there were other people here, like there was more. No,
it's okay.
yes. Shout out your businesses. Sorry.
Well, there's mine. There's my business. I do commissions, so just feel free to reach out to me and message me, whatever. I also have a Patreon if you want to support me like on a monthly basis. Also, there's my Redbubble shop right there. Give me a follow, hit me a line. And I guess I could also shout out the Tony Lipsy on TL Yarn Crafts again, because I'm going to start that and be posting on my Instagram. So if you want to follow me along with my journey, then you can definitely do that. And just,
definitely,
be part of it. If you want to join crochet or like start it up, please let me know. I can.
When does it start again?
So her for the 4 patterns, that she's putting up that starts August 2nd, but she's already doing the academy right now with tips and tricks, and also she's doing like a little tutorial on like a washcloth. So she's show you through
you with certain stuff.
Yeah, so even it's actively ongoing right now. But yeah, if you start it, let me know.
Yeah, I'm curious how much is the start? How much is the start, real quick?
So the academy itself is free.
Okay. But you said the kit, there was a kit for it?
Yeah, there are kits and also supplies. That's it. I would say if you want like bare bones to start, probably like $20 or lower, $20 or lower. It's not bad at all. But since I already had the supplies, all I had to do was worry about the yarn. So but if you want to start this from like bare bones scratch, just go to her blog. Look up. She also gives you tips on like what type of yarn to start with, what hooks to start with. And everything. So definitely give that a look. Let me know if you start and we can do it together.
Yeah, I'd be interested. I'm definitely interested. I'll look into it tomorrow and see what's going on.
I'm also saying that for anyone else listening too. So
Yes. Shout out the Nerds Have Spoken. Their podcast is every Thursday morning. They release it. So give them a listen to on YouTube or all streaming platforms. Sorry. Shelf Gravy every other Wednesday. I believe last night was their most recent episode. So, of course, their next one would not be next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. So, give them a watch. Shout out to Dust Mice for making our amazing intro, outro music, theme music, I should call. I don't know if we had the update on when his newest album is releasing. I feel like it was supposed to be soon. So, we'll get an updated image for that once he releases it. You could also listen to him on various music platforms as well. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and of course get notifications here on YouTube in case you want to catch us. But of course you can catch us every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Outside of that, don't forget to go fuck yourself. Just kidding. Just kidding. Don't do it. Just wanted to add that in there.
Please don't.
Just throw that out there as an image. But outside of that, we hope you have a wonderful Thursday and see you next week. Bye. Bye.